Hello and welcome to Indian Story. There is nothing more beautiful and exciting than story. Everybody has a story. In fact, the story is a light. Now let's watch what this story has to say.
My name is Vijay Chaudhary and I am a chartered accountant. My father had been an inspiration because he taught me one thing. Once you take a decision, before you take the decision, you have to think at least 100 times. But if you decide of a decision, then you don't have to look back. Actually, I was born in 1955 in a small place called Rohtak, which at that time was a part of Punjab state, and later on in 1966 it became Haryana. So I started my schooling from a government school, which was a primary school very close to my house, and thereafter I went to a Jain school till my 6th class, and then again I went into government higher secondary school in Rohtak. After completing my schools, I joined government college Rohtak, and then since science was my stream, therefore I had to. There was the only college which would give science as a subject. So from 71 to 75, I was in college when I completed my BSc in medical science. My father's name, who expired in 2002, his name is late Shri Vijay Chaudhary, and we belong to a joint family comprising of 2-3 brothers, my father, sisters, and they were all housed in a small 2-room house. And then schooling, and almost every family would have 5 to 6 children. So all these children were brought, maybe everything was done together. All of us went to schools. So fortunately, my mother, who was a little tight on us, and she was more focused on imparting education to the children. So we were was the only family who went into school and ultimately went to college also. And we 6 siblings, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. All of them are postgraduate at least. That was the business. My mother's name, she actually expired in 2015. Her name is late Shrimati Balwanti Chaudhary. The biggest part that been played in our life was played by our mother. Of course, at that time it looked very harsh to us. Like she would punish on an instant basis. Suppose if you're not going to school, if you're not done your prayers, if you're not done the homework, like for example, I used to do all the home chores, like starting from cleaning the utensils or maybe igniting the chulla. At that time there were no gas and whatever, and then buying all the stuffs for the groceries or whatever from the market. So every child, for that matter, was assigned a duty, getting up early in the morning, going, staying in the queue, buying groceries, milk or whatever. So anybody who would shun away, he would be given the treatment the same day, same time. Similarly, everybody has to go to school every day. I have 2 brothers. One is an elder brother and one is a younger brother. My elder brother is Harish Chandra Chaudhary. He graduated as engineer from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh, and thereafter he joined Indian Air Force. He went up to the rank of group captain, thereafter retired from Air Force and joined Hindustan Aeronautics Limited as a specialist because he had a technical background. The younger brother is Vinod Chaudhary. After doing his graduation, he joined the family business and still continues to do, of course not the family business, but now he's doing pharmacy business at the same place in Rohtak. I have 3 sisters. My eldest sister is Shrimati Pushpa Arora. She did her MSc in chemistry way back in 1974, and after doing her MSc, she joined a school, but then when she got married, she left the job. The second sister is Sushma Batra. She's also married. So she did her post-graduation and MPhil in English, but she didn't join any service. She had been doing community service, like she teaches all those children who are the children of housemaids or maybe domestics, drivers or whatever. Since last 30 years she has been doing this, and now she is a member of Inner Wheel Club, who do lot of service for underprivileged children in Rohtak city. And the third sister, the youngest one, she also did her postgraduate and MPhil, and she became, initially she was in school, then later on she joined Hindu college and she retired as professor of Hindi from that college. Her name is Madhu Arora. We are just like one. Like anybody's problem is everybody's problem. So still we follow the same principle, like any event happening in the family or out of the family, we meet together. Then one of us is assigned to do the needful, maybe if need to help somebody, and everybody is taken care of. Like my younger brother, who is financially a little weak, his children are also imparted the same education as my children, maybe my elder brother's children have done. Largely my father had been an inspiration, because he taught me one thing: once you take a decision, before you take the decision, you have to think at least 100 times. But if you decide of a decision, then you don't have to look back. If you have to at all look back, sacrifice, leave everything and start once again. No cribbing that I lost whatever. If your decision making was bad, so don't crib over it. Learn lesson from this and take new decisions. That has been the learning. Challenges, I take challenge as my next task. Initially, whenever see, of course, my professional this thing, every day you come across areas where when you actually expect people to be doing their homework, but generally they don't. So in order to be doing your duty, you need to turn into their shoes, and whatever initially looked as a challenge to them, now it becomes your duty. You have to complete it till it reaches its logical end. So regarding my career, as I told you, after graduating in science stream, I got admission into King George Medical College, Lucknow. But then, because of the family needs, I had to come back to join the family business, where I was a huge misfit. I left family business and came back, thought of doing my MSc in zoology from Kurukshetra University, but then again that didn't happen, and I ultimately joined CA. Although when I joined CA, I didn't know what CA does actually mean, because in 1975 there were not many chartered accountants in the country, and there was not much background who would tell you as to what this course is all about. So this was a challenge. So the first challenge was that the articles the training was available only in Delhi, and I then used to commute between Rohtak and Delhi. First I learned the first lessons of accountancy, which is debit, credit and all that. So I would get up at 4 o'clock, go for my tuition initially to learn basics of accountancy. Then 6 o'clock I'll catch a train, come to Delhi to attend my training. Training would start from 10 to 5. Then I will join my institute classes, which will be from 5:30 to 7:30. Again go back to the railway station, catch a train at 8:15, reach Rohtak at about 10:30, and do some whatever had been done during the day. Do some basically the revision of whatever, and some padhna likhna of the subject in order to prepare for the exams. And the life at that time had been very, very tough. Every fine morning I would think कि कल से नहीं करना है मुझे. Life was, because even winter, summer, whatever, you have to travel like this. But then I thought, ultimately, what would you do? You've been a misfit in business. You had left medical college. So make it a challenge and then go ahead. And after a struggle of 5 years, I could ultimately, in 1980, I became a chartered accountant.
Okay.
So when I became a chartered accountant, the biggest challenge was what now to do. There were not much openings. Somebody would advise you go for your own practice. But then the question is, there were not much businesses in Rohtak. Delhi, nobody would know you. Again, I took it as a challenge. Came to Delhi straight away. Started my practice. Few years to begin with, let's say 3-4 years, it was like no income. But gradually you start settling yourself.
So you started your firm then and there?
I started my firm from day one, 1981. I started my firm. So there was Arora and Chaudhary Assets is the firm that we settled in 1981. Three of us, myself, Mr. M.L. Vij and Mr. N.K. Arora, we were the three partners. Again, all three beginners, we were almost qualified together. And every day we'd commute to this place, struggle, do some marketing for our, work. And ultimately, over a period of time, within 5, 6, 7, we kind of settled in our profession. But then when we were settling, both the partners left. Then some more partners joined it. And today, I can say that we have a fairly established firm with 8 partners and a seizable turnover, with offices located in Rohtak, Bhubaneswar and Mumbai, Delhi being the head office. I got married in 1984 and Mrs. Neelam Chaudhary is my wife. At that time, she was employed with MD University in the same college from where I had graduated. So she had been in this job till she retired as head of the department of economics department in MD University Rohtak and retired in 2019. And post-retirement, she still continues to be engaged by various national universities, and she also is a part of an international group of economists where almost every alternate year she is invited to deliver lectures on economics. She had been to Stanford University, she had been to University of New York, she had been to Ireland University, to Korean University and University of Ecuador. She is the person who had been, let me tell you, had it not been for her, I would have probably not finished my journey where I am today, because she never had asked me any question, where are you going, why are you going, when will you come back, there is a school time for the children or whatever. She had been handling it independently, and at one point of time, largely she had also not only had been handling her own children, my nephews, nieces who come to Delhi to be, getting their school education and college education, and today every one of them is settled outside the country. A wonderful partner all along. I have 2 children. Elder is son, his name is Kunal Chaudhary, and a daughter, Kanika Chaudhary. My son, currently he is the CEO of a Dutch company. He did his engineering from Delhi College of Engineering, and thereafter he joined Tata Consultancy Services for about 4.5 years. Then again, he went back, did prepare for GMAT exams, cleared it and joined and did his masters from HEC Paris. After that, he got a job in a Dutch company. Since last 6-7 years, he continues to be employed with that company, and currently he is the CEO of one of their subsidiaries company in India. My daughter-in-law is Akanksha Rajpurohit. In fact, my son got married in January 2024, and Akanksha's family, they originate from Rajasthan, but settled in Mumbai since 1960s. Grandfather, set up a unit. Her grandfather, who was a chemical engineer, he set up a business in Bombay, which is continued by the second generation, which is Akanksha's father and brothers. Akanksha's father's name is Ashwin Rajpurohit, and they are typically, fundamentally, sanskar wali families hain, and then it has been a very nice experience, merging with this family and owning it. She is just like our daughter, which has come to the family. My daughter, she did her schooling from Delhi Public School. After that, she did her engineering from MIT University, and after that, she joined a multinational company and continues to be working in that company. Currently, she is in Capgemini as a project manager. Daughter is married to Vaibhav Agarwal, who is also a IT professional, but he runs his own company and does IT work for some reputed companies and banks in South Africa. Continue to follow the same way as we had been. In case if you have some different opinion, at least discuss with us if you feel like, or maybe you do the way you want. Yes, at this moment, I have 2 grandchildren. Just a son and a daughter. of my daughter. Actually, they are twins. They were born in October 2023. But then, since then they were premature babies, so they were kept in incubation for about 3.5 months till they saw the light of the country when they came out on 21st of January 2024. So the name of the grandson is Athar Agarwal, and the name of the granddaughter is Naira Agarwal. The name of my father-in-law is late Captain Vishwamitra Sabharwal, and he is a person who is nothing but discipline. Till he expired at the age of 90, but he was disciplined since the day I saw him, since 1984 when I got married. And his only teaching to the kids would be काम करते रहो, आगे बढ़ते रहो. That is what his motto had been. He would do everything of his own, at such a late stage, till about 85, 86. He would cycle from the place where he still used to work post-retirement. And my mother-in-law, a typical, home lady who, actually carried the careers of the children, educating them to the bestest of her ability, in addition to handling the entire family of the other brothers of my father-in-law, and her name is late Mrs. Chanak Sabharwal. She expired in 2019. I don't go to any temple, I don't go anywhere, but I bow to every place whenever I am passing, whether it be a mandir or a gurdwara or a masjid or a church. I just bow down, and I always pray Almighty. I know what my Almighty is, but I pray whatever is happening, wherever I am, could not have been possible but for some inspiration from heavens. One, life is a difficult question to answer. Anybody coming to this universe doesn't, in my view, at least I don't know what was the purpose, why was I sent to this universe, what was expected out of me. But within my thoughts, within my wisdom, whatever I explained to you, I have been doing and continue to do till this thing. I don't misguide anybody. I generally, largely, invariably, I try to stick to the truth, unless it is harmful for someone, and continue with the same way. I do a lot of traveling. I might have traveled at least 12 countries, but never for leisure, always for my professional work. Otherwise, my love for travel is the hill stations. I have not left any hill stations in India where I have not been to. But let me also tell you, this all has been my professional assignments. And I have worked in difficult countries, like I worked in Afghanistan in 2003 for a World Bank project, and that was the time when Taliban had left and it was very difficult to be staying there. Then I worked in Jordan also for some shale oil projects, Dubai. Sports is my passion. I love and die for sports. Since all this period, I have never left sports. Initially I used to play cricket. I represented Haryana in 1971 in the Cooch Behar Trophy cricket tournament. Then when I switched to college, I took to badminton. I can proudly say that in 1988 and 89, 2 years I had been Northern India champion for my institute inter-CS tournament. And now thereafter, because of my preoccupation in the profession, I am largely a listener now, watching sports program on TV. That is the only program that I watch on TV, and live coverages for cricket, hockey, tennis, largely. Youth, that's a very difficult to handle them, because they lack focus. Google has become knowledge for them, and I always tell them Google is only information, not knowledge. I don't know whether I fail. I would say I largely fail when I convey this, because I see my old children also doing the same thing. So my biggest message is, whatever you do with focus. Whatever you want to learn, please refer the textbooks. You take derive information from Google, but don't follow it blindly. You have to do it after you verify it from the knowledge, which is only the textbooks, or maybe the print, or maybe the digital, study material. Therefore, I would like to compliment your channel on this, because because initially when you started this, I asked you what is your source of income. You say we're deriving income from this, but then this thing you are doing a lot of good thing for the humanity. When you, of course, because when you contact anybody, you don't know the background. But while you air these programs or maybe these recorded interviews, at least message goes to the society. So I believe by throwing this message in the society like this, at least if not more, if 10-20% people follow this, then things would definitely change, and there's a lot of contribution that will happen to the society.
Yes, we are all unique. We come and go, but these stories are legacy forever. Do share your story with Indian Story anytime, anywhere. And don't forget to subscribe our channel